Hello, welcome to yoga. Today we are going to explore yoga to detox. We'll start with a seated Kapalabhati breath. For this breath, there's going to be a pumping action of the belly. So we're going to focus on making forceful exhalations. The inhalation will happen naturally. So it sounds like this. Now you can place your hand on your belly if you'd like to feel the movement of the belly and stay connected. If this is the very first time that you're doing this, it might seem a little awkward at first. It might seem like too much. I'm going to keep the count for us, so don't worry about that. Just listen to my cues. To get started, let's take a deep inhale all the way to the top of the breath. Exhale, open your mouth, release. Now inhale to 3/4 lung capacity and make a series of exhalations. Deep inhale all the way to the top of the breath. Exhale, let it go. Now, if that was your very first time doing that, you might have felt a little stress. Know that you can pause any time that you need to. You can take less breaths, or you can follow along with me. So we'll try that again. Inhale to the top of the breath. Exhale, let it go. Inhale to 3/4 lung capacity. And focus on the exhales. Inhale deeply. Exhale, let it go. Let's take one more round. Inhale to 3/4 lung capacity. And exhale. Inhale deeply. Exhale, open your mouth, take a sigh of relief. Good. Now just let yourself come into your natural breath, the way that you breathe without force or control. Know that the breath that we just explored helps to build heat in our body. It helps us to detoxify. It's considered a cleansing technique. So the whole theme of our practice is going to be detoxing and cleansing. This breath work is an invigorating practice. It helps to build clarity. If you have too much congestion in your mind space, you can practice this breath. It also detoxifies the frontal lobe, which tends to accumulate toxins, particularly heavy metals such as mercury. So if you want to detoxify in that way, then this is the breath work for you. We're going to move on to our movement, and we'll start with a seated twist. All right, coming into our seated twist, inhale, the arms rise up. As you exhale, twist to one direction. The direction that you turn to, take the same side hand behind the hip. Opposite hand comes to the thigh. Inhale, lift the crown of the head up. Exhale, twist, looking past your shoulder. Stay in the twist. Take another round of breath. You might feel a shoulder stretch. And then inhale, rotate to center, arms come up. Exhale, let's take it in the opposite direction. Set it up. And then twist a little deeper. So remember, the side that you're twisting to, that same side hand is going to come behind the hip. Opposite hand to the thigh. Look past the shoulder and breathe. Inhale, let the arms come up. Let's take one more in each direction. Simply noticing how the spine feels as you twist and then twist deeper. Pause and breathe. Inhale, sweep the arms to center. Exhale, opposite direction. Set it up, twist deeper, pause, and breathe. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, let's bring the arms down. So now we'll come into a kneeling posture. So we're transitioning from our seat to our hands and knees. We're gonna come into what's called thread the needle. So as you come on to your hands and knees, position yourself so that your knees are under your hips and your wrists are under your shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. Let the inside of the elbows face each other. We'll get some spinal mobility before we thread the needle. So as you inhale, let your belly lower towards the mat. Tailbone lifts. Exhale, lift your back as if you're going to tap the ceiling. Let the belly lower on the inhale for extension of the spine. Lift the space between the shoulder blades as you exhale. Let's take one more round. Come back to a neutral spine. Reach the crown of your head forward. Reach your tailbone back at an energetic lengthening. Now, on your next inhale breath, reach your right arm up as if your fingers are going to tap the ceiling. As you exhale, take your right arm between your left arm and your left knee. Lower down onto your right shoulder, right side of the head. Now, if you want to go deeper, lean into this right shoulder. And simply notice where you're feeling the stretch and how intense you want to make that stretch. On your next inhale, press into your left hand. Sweep the right arm up. Reach the fingers. Exhale, take the hand down to the mat. Take a full round of breath here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, release. Inhale, reach the left fingers up towards the ceiling. Exhale, take the left arm between the right arm, right knee. Right elbow bends, come onto the left shoulder and the left side of the head. Now remember, you can lean weight into this left shoulder if you can go for a deeper shoulder stretch. And at the same time, we're still twisting the spine. Twists are great for detoxifying. A healthy lifestyle is all about living in balance. Cleansing body, mind, and spirit. Press into the right hand. Inhale, lift the left fingers up. Reach. And then exhale, take the left hand down. Full round of breath here. From here, we'll move into child's pose. For hip opening, the knees can go wide, big toes together. For a low back release, the legs can stay together, knees together. If the knees are separate, the arms reach forward, forehead meets the mat. If the knees are together, the arms are by the sides. As you come in, you might try both variations and see which one is working for your body today. If your forehead doesn't meet the mat, you can use a block or a blanket to close that gap. Now stay in child's pose with your breath. Simply notice each round of breath. We'll maintain the balance of cleansing body, mind, and spirit, and stay in harmony with our internal and external environments. Cleansing can be done anytime we feel a need to reset the physical, mental, and emotional self. We'll take 3 more rounds of breath in your child's pose. Take your hands under the shoulders, lift the hips, come into tabletop position just as we were before. Now we'll transition from tabletop to downward facing dog. To make that transition, look at your hands, walk your hands 1 hand placement in front. Now curl your toes, lift the hips way up high, and then press them back. Send your chest towards your thighs, ears between the biceps. You might bend 1 knee at a time, stretching the legs. As 1 leg straightens, you might feel the stretch going into the hip. You might like the variation of bending both knees on the inhale and pressing the heels down to straighten the legs on the exhale. Allow yourself to move and flow in whatever way is serving you to get into your body. The next time the legs come to stillness or you've evened out the sides, slowly walk your feet towards your hands, bringing your feet to the top of the mat. Bring your feet to hip distance. As you inhale, take your palms to your shins, half lift. And as you exhale, fold, let the arms dangle. Now, if your hamstrings are tight, you can bend your knees. If your hamstrings are open, you can straighten your legs. Arms can stay dangling, or you can take your hands to opposite elbows, framing your head with your arms, getting more traction for the spine. Now, this is a great combo pose because here we're opening the hamstrings, we're stretching them, and we're also getting flexion for the spine. You might rock your head from side to side, forward and back. You might bend 1 knee at a time, just like you did in down dog. As 1 knee bends, opposite leg straightens. Allow yourself this time to feel this opening happening in your body. Now, if you're holding on to your elbows, release your arms. Bend the knees. Slowly rise up. Take your time. There's no rush. Rising all the way up to a standing position. Head comes up last. Now, once you come into this standing pose, let your arms land beside your sides. Micro bend in the knees. Step to the top of the mat if you're not there already. As you inhale, shrug the shoulders up to the ears. Exhale, take the shoulders back and down. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, take them back and down. And take a few more. Just bringing awareness to how the shoulders and the upper back feel. And the next time you take the shoulders up, back, and down, set the shoulders down away from the ears. As you inhale, sweep your arms up. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips, dive forward. Come back into the forward fold. Inhale, take a half lift. As you exhale, bend your knees deeply to connect your palms to the mat. Step your right toes way back. Bring the right knee down. Now, as you inhale, lift your arms, press your hips forward. As you exhale, bring your hands down. Slide your left foot back. Bring your left knee in line with your right. Bend your elbows, lower chest and chin. Then bring your belly to the mat, thighs to the mat. Lift the chest, peel it off the mat, send the shoulders back. Lift the hips, curl the toes. Come into your down dog. From down dog, inhale, lift and lengthen the right leg. Exhale, step it through. Left knee down. Inhale, arms rise up, press the hips forward. As you exhale, take the hands down to the mat, and at the same time, step the left foot in line with the right. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, take the thumbs down the midline. Separate the arms, bring them by your sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the left foot back, left knee down. On an inhale breath, let the arms rise up. Press those hips forward. Exhale, takes the hands down. Right foot slides back. Right knee meets the left. Bend the elbows, lower down. Hug the elbows in as you do so. Press belly and thighs to the mat. Inhale, lift the chest. Gaze forward. Exhale, move towards downward facing dog. Inhale, lift and lengthen the left leg. Exhale, bend the knee, bring it under the body, step it through. Right knee comes down. Inhale, lift the arms up, press those hips forward. Exhale, take the hands down to the mat. Step the right foot in line with the left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Palms connect. Thumbs come down the midline. Connect the thumbs to the heart center. Pause here. Close your eyes, bringing your gaze internal. Notice the energy you've created with your movement. Deepen the breath. Inhale to the top of the breath. Exhale, open your mouth, take a sigh of relief. Inhale through the nostrils again. Exhale, let it go. Open your arms by your sides. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Right toes go way back. Right knee down. Lift the arms up. Press the hips forward. Exhale, take the hands down. Right knee meets the left. Bend the elbows, lower down. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, find your down dog. Inhale, lift and lengthen that right leg. Exhale, bend the knee, bring it under the body, step it through. Left knee down. Arms rise up, hips press forward, knee down lunge. Exhale, hands meet the mat. Left foot meets the right. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, thumbs come down the midline. Hands separate. Arms open up. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Hands connect. Now the left toes come way back. Left knee comes back. Arms rise up. Hands come down. Right knee meets the left. As you bend those elbows, hug them in. Lower chest and chin. Send the belly and the thighs to the mat. Lift the chest, shoulders back. Exhale is down dog. Inhale, lift and lengthen that left leg. Exhale, bend the knees, step it through. Right knee down. Sweep those arms up, press those hips forward. Exhale, take the hands down. Right foot meets the left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Feel those hamstrings opening up. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, thumbs to the heart center. Pause. Breathe. Simply feel the energy shifting and moving within your body. So that's 2 rounds of classical sun salutations. We are going to take one more round, but feel free to take a pause and get a sip of water if you want or need to. And when you're ready, come back to the top of the mat. Position the feet hip distance. Know that in the classical sun salutations, we're opening up the hips and the hamstrings. Know that twists are coming up really soon. So one more round. Arms start by your sides. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale's a half lift. Exhale, hands meet the mat. Right foot way back, right knee down. Lift those arms up, press the hips forward. Exhale, hands come down. Left knee meets the right. Move through your flow. Movement following the breath. From down dog, inhale, lift and lengthen that right leg. Exhale, bend the knees, step it through. Now the left knee comes down. Arms sweep up, press the hips forward. Exhale, hands to the mat. Left foot meets the right. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Feel the body opening even more. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Palms meet, thumbs to the heart center. Separate the hands. Open the arms by your sides. Inhale, reach the fingers up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, palms to the mat. Left toes to the back of the mat. Left knee down. Arms rise up, hips press forward. Exhale brings the hands down. Right knee to meet the left. Move through your flow. Meeting in down dog. Inhale, lift and lengthen that left leg. Exhale, bend the knee, step it through. Right knee down. Arms sweep up. Hips press forward. Exhale, hands come down. Right foot meets the left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise up, gathering energy. Palms connect. Thumbs to the heart center. Pause. Use this time to connect to yourself. Slow the breath. Become aware of your own physical body. Continue to breathe. Now, as you become aware of your physical body, you're probably feeling areas that were tight, areas that you're able to stretch and release tension from. Know that throughout our physical practice, we're removing that dense outer layer, which makes us able to get into the emotional and mental layers. So we're working with all the different bodies here. We're working with the energetic body just as much as we're working with the physical body. We're going to continue to move. Bring your feet to the top of the mat. Arms by your sides. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Forward fold. Inhale as a half lift. Exhale, plant your hands. Step back. Find your plank position. From your plank position, lower knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale for your cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Enjoy 3 rounds of breath in downward facing dog. I recommend inhaling through the nostrils and exhale, opening the mouth for lion's breath. 2 more rounds. Now step your feet towards your hands. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Palms meet. Exhale, thumbs to heart center. Breathe. Simply notice the breath, the body, the heart, and the mind. Let the arms go. This is 1 round of our sun salutation A. From here, we're going to move into sun salutation B, where we're going to incorporate some twisting that's going to help us continue our theme of detoxifying. Now, we're ready for this hip engagement because we've opened up with our classical sun salutations. We'll start at the top of our mat. Sun salutation B is similar to A, but we're going to add on a few more things. So from your standing position, inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale is our forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step or jump to your plank position. Now we move through our vinyasa. Movement following the breath. All the way to down dog. Now this is where we're going to switch things up in this variation. We're going to inhale, lift the leg up. Right side, right foot steps forward. Now find your balance as you inhale, lift your arms up. And as you exhale, bring your palms together. See about taking a twist so that your left tricep comes to the outside of the right thigh. And as you inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, take your hands down. Step the right toes back from plank position. Move through your flow. All the way to down dog. Now inhale, lift and lengthen that left leg. Exhale, bend the knee, bring it under the body, step it through. Engage that left hip, and when you're ready, lift your arms. Crescent lunge. Exhale, palms meet. Rotate tricep to the outer thigh. Twist to the left now. Inhale, back to center, crescent lunge. Exhale, hands come down. Left foot steps back, lower down. Rise up. Now this time, in our down dog, we'll take 3 rounds of breath here or in child's pose. If you're in child's pose, transition back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, thumbs come down. Breathe. Observe your body. Release the arms. Okay, so you might have noticed that Sun Salutation B, we've added some things. We're still gonna add on a couple more things in this next and last round. But in this variation of Sun Salutation B, we incorporated some crescent lunges on the right side and on the left side. And with those lunges, we incorporated some twisting because twisting is great for detoxifying. So in our last round, we're gonna stick with what we just did, and we're also gonna incorporate a chair twist because chair is a part of Sun Salutation B. So we're building and we're gonna put it all together now. Maybe get a sip of water. I recommend sips instead of gulps, but certainly keep yourself hydrated. And when you're ready, come to the top of the mat. Now in this variation, we'll bring our big toes together, slight space at the heels, maybe like 1/2 inch or an inch. Feel really grounded in your standing position. In this variation of Sun Salutation B, we're gonna sit back, graze the fingertips, reach the arms for our chair pose. Now exhale, bring the palms together. Twist, bringing left tricep to right thigh. Rotate chest to fingers. Inhale, reach the arms back up. Exhale, palms come together. Twist to the left. Tricep to thigh. And then inhale, reach the arms back to chair. Exhale, take a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump to plank position. Move through your flow all the way to downward facing dog. We'll continue to move. Inhale, lift and lengthen that right leg. Exhale, bend the knee, step it through. When you're ready, lift the arms. Back to our crescent lunge. Here you can take an optional twist. Back to center. Hands meet the mat. Now this time when you bring your right foot back, if you want to activate your upper body even more, you can let that leg hover as you lower down. Transition to up dog. And then down dog. Inhale, lift and lengthen the left leg. Exhale, step it through. Set it up for your crescent lunge. And then take your optional twist. Come out, arms come forward. Exhale brings the hands down. Here you can take your Arda plank, letting that left leg hover as you move through your flow. We meet in down dog. Stay here and breathe. Or come into child's pose. If you need a break, child's pose will be the option for you. Come back to downward facing dog. If you're in child's pose, make your way to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Last chance to take an optional twist on each side. And then fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, it's standing. Breathe. As you breathe, feel that heart rate increased. Feel all this energy that you've created in this dynamic practice. Now, because we've moved through 3 different variations of sun salutation, you might have felt left behind. You might have felt that your pacing wanted to be different than mine. You might feel like you want to go back and learn it again. Know that at any point that you want or need to, you can replay the video, you can rewind it, go back to whatever part, and just continue to practice at your pace whenever you want to. So back to our standing position. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, dive forward. Deep bend in the knees, connect the hands. Lift the right foot, take the right knee and the right shin down. And then do the same thing on the left side. Find the middle of your mat. Come into child's pose of your choice. So we've got knees apart, arms forward for hip opening, knees together, arms by your sides for a low back release. There is another variation that I want to show you that's really great for detoxifying. It helps to move things along in your digestive tract if there's some stuck stuff there. So know that this variation is a little more intense, but just try it and see if you like it. So we interlace the fingers and we cross the thumbs. And with one of your thumbs, you're going to find your belly button. Now, once you find your belly button, bring the cross of your thumbs right below your belly button. Keep your fingers interlaced. Keep your hands where they are. Legs are together, knees are together, feet are together. Once your hands are positioned here, you're going to fold forward. Keep your hands here. As you fold forward, you might feel some pressure in your belly. You might feel a hard knot. That's just air that's stuck in the digestive tract. I know that this is uncomfortable, but just know that the longer you stay here, the more you'll be able to get that release, cleansing, and detoxifying. Stick with any of those 3 options that's working for you today. Stay in this pose. Explore your breath. We're cleansing in our child's pose. The cleansing is done to release the levels of toxins in the body. Physically, we can cleanse through our diet as well as in our practice. And this is what helps shift the energy that's stuck. Continue to breathe in your variation of child's pose. Know that we're going to start to come out. On an inhale breath, lift your head. Continue to lift your head up towards the ceiling so that you're coming into a straight spine. Pause here. Find your breath. Now from here, I'm gonna offer you something that you might or might not want to take. Whether you take it or not is okay. It's just an option. This option is headstand. And the reason why I'm offering it to you today is because headstand, in my opinion, is the quickest way, the quickest posture to get to clarity. So now working with detoxifying the mind. We get into this space where we have a lot going on in our mind, a lot of thoughts and worries and expectations and just all these things. If we get to a place where it's just too much, then we can go upside down, come into an inversion. There's so much happening in this pose that we simply can't think of anything else. So it gives us a break from all of that mental looping. Now, if headstand is a part of your practice, I recommend you coming into it with me now. If headstand is not a part of your practice and you need some training with it and different variations and steps, I have a headstand tutorial on my YouTube channel. So feel free to go there. Yoga, Healing Arts with Mercedes. It's about 10 minutes and you can learn how to headstand with that video. If you're not there yet, then you can simply observe or fast forward through this part. If you want to go for it, come into lifting the hips, tabletop position. Now with the arms, we'll bring the forearms down. This is really important. Position your elbows under your shoulders. If you don't, if your elbows are out too wide, your chest is going to collapse. A more solid foundation is having those elbows directly underneath the shoulders. Now the fingers are interlaced. The palms of the hands are going to be a basket for your head. You'll position the crown of your head down to the mat. Take out any hair bands that might be uncomfortable. From here, curl your toes, lift your hips, walk your feet forward. This is important so that you're bringing your hips above your shoulders. Then bend one knee, come into a tuck position. Now you can simply hang out here, or if you're working with balance, straddle legs are really helpful. Once you feel comfortable in your straddle legs, then you can explore different variations of how you want your legs to be. So maybe the legs come straight up, feet towards the ceiling. Take your time. If you've never done this before, you're going to want to start with the wall. Come out slowly. And as you come out, be sure to come into child's pose for a few rounds of breath. This is also a nice opportunity to get flexion in the spine. Inhale, come up. Back to the straight spine. All right, so we'll move on from here together. We're going to come into a little seated series. So let's come into our seated spinal twist, just like we did at the start of our practice. So you're just going to position your legs one in front of the other. Let your body feel this station of the body now. Back to seated. We are finished with our dynamic flow parts. From here, we're going to come back into some twisting and some hip opening. Both are really good for releasing. So the twisting is going to be good for physical detoxifying, and the hip opening is going to be really good for emotional detoxifying. If your legs are positioned this way and it's not comfortable for you, you can straighten your legs and bring them in front. So just take the shape that's serving you and know that we're going to twist from side to side just like we did before. So on an inhale, we'll sweep the arms up. And as we exhale, we twist to one direction. The arm that's across your body, palm comes to the opposite side thigh. Twist, look past your shoulder. Pause here, take a few rounds of breath. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the opposite side. See if you can twist a little deeper, and then breathe. Inhale, arms rise up, and exhale, let the arms down. All right, we're gonna move into a posture that's called Gomukhasana. So for this posture, we're gonna be getting internal rotation for the hips. In this posture, we're working to align the knees one on top of the other. So you can lift one leg, kind of move it out of the way, and then bring that knee to the midline. So we don't want the knee out, we want it to the midline of the body. The opposite leg stacks on top. Now, some of you will be able to get your knees in alignment. Some of you are gonna look a little more like this, and that's just because the hips are tight, and that's okay. The important thing is that you're not sitting on your feet. So make sure that your feet are out to the sides. Now, if this is really difficult for you to come into, you can use a prop to support yourself. You can take a block, place it under your seat, and as you sit on the block, that's gonna lift the hips, which is gonna help that sensation in the knees. So the block is gonna help support you. Whether or not you're sitting on the block, make sure that your feet are out to the sides, and then shift from side to side. Make sure that you can feel both hips grounded. Now, from a straight spine, inhale, reach the crown of the head up. And then exhale, walk the hands forward. Let your upper body fold. So you're bringing your torso towards your legs. Deep hip stretch and spinal flexion. Breathe. The next inhale, lift the head. Exhale, walk your hands towards your body. Find your straight spine. Now, before we do this on the other side, we're gonna come into what's called Agni Stambhasana. We're just gonna change the positioning of the legs. If you look at your legs, your feet are towards you. We're gonna open them out. So just lift your top leg. Bring your bottom foot out so that when you look down, your ankle is in line with your knee. Then position your top ankle above your bottom knee and your top knee above your bottom ankle. When you look down in your lap, you should see an upside down triangle. We're still working with deep hip opening, but now you might feel it in a slightly different space. So inhale, lift the crown of the head up. Exhale, hinge at the hips. Bring the belly button towards. Walk your hands forward if you need to. Now we're getting external rotation for the hips. Just fold forward enough to feel sensation. Don't go to the point where you feel that you're out of control of the pose. A deep stretch is what we want, not pain or major discomfort. Inhale, lift the head up. Exhale, walk the hands towards the body. Back to our straight spine. All right, we've got one more option that we're gonna take before we do this little mini series on the other side. This is gonna be a spinal twist. So check where your top foot is. Your opposite side tricep is gonna try to meet the arch of the foot so that you're coming into a spinal twist. So for me, my right foot is above. It probably looks different to you because my camera is flipped. But because my right foot is above, I'm gonna take the right side of my body. So I'm gonna cross over my chest and connect my tricep to my foot, okay? So right tricep to right arch. Set it up by bringing your palms together. Lift the elbows, elbows in line with the wrist. Take an inhale breath. Exhale, twist right tricep to right arch or left side if you're working there. Now, as you twist deeper, you'll feel the sensation in the right hip. Feel all the parts of your body detoxifying, cleansing, and releasing. And then inhale, use your energy to come back up to center. Release your hands. All right, so we're gonna back it up to our Gomukhasana. Lift the top leg and switch it up. So remember, first we're starting with internal rotation, and we wanna get that bottom leg, now the knee in line with the torso, not the knee out. So line it up, and then position your top knee on top. Remember, feet are out to the sides. You should be able to feel both hips connected down. Remember, you've got your block option. This might be more comfortable for you, particularly those of you that have knee issues. And if you've had knee surgery or anything like that, you might want to just opt out of this posture. Now, once you're all set up, inhale, lift the crown of the head up. Exhale, lean forward. Hands can walk forward. Some of you might even make it down to your forearms. Now feel the opposite side hip stretch. One more round of breath. Inhale, lift the head up. Exhale, take the hands towards the body. Okay, from here we're gonna move into our double fire log. So remember, you're gonna wanna lift that top leg so that you can send the bottom foot out so that the ankle is in line with the knee. And then we're gonna do the same thing for the top leg. So the top ankle is above the bottom knee. Top knee is above the bottom ankle, okay? Now from here, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna fold forward. Inhale, reach the crown of the head up, and then exhale, fold forward by hinging at the hips. If you can go even deeper, the hands are gonna come in front of the legs. Now remember that our sides of the body can feel different. This side might feel tighter. You might fold less. If this side is more open, you might fold more. Just honor this side and what it needs. And on the next inhale breath, we'll lift the head up. Exhale, we'll walk the hands towards the body. We'll come back to that straight spine. Maybe take a full round of breath here. All right, we're gonna come into our spinal twist. So setting it up. Now, I've got my left leg on top, so I'm gonna take my left tricep to the left arch of my foot. So I'm twisting over to my right. Set it up by bringing your palms together, lift your elbows up. Take an inhale breath. Inhale all the way to the top of the breath. Exhale, twist, tricep to arch. And then bring your chest towards your thumbs. Maybe gaze up to the ceiling. Notice how the hip is feeling on the left side. To come out, use your energy on an inhale breath to lift to center. And exhale, let those hands go. Now from here, let's just bring the feet in front of us. The knees are bent. Bring your hands behind your hips support yourself like your arms are a kickstand. From here, we're just gonna rock the knees, both of them to one side and then to the other side. And we're just releasing any tension from the hips. You might feel yourself shifting forward, that's okay. Just take one more on each side. Knees come back to center. Bring your glutes to the middle of the mat. Come onto your back. It's time for us to come into a reclined position. I'm going to bring my blocks midway to the mat because I'm going to show you an option that you can use for Shavasana later if you want to. Just one more posture before we come into Shavasana. Setting the head, the shoulders, the back, the tailbone down to the mat. Align your heels with your glutes. Open your arms out to the sides. Wrists are in line with the shoulders. Lift your feet so that your ankles are in line with your knees. Take an inhale breath. As you exhale, lower both knees to the left. Keep that right shoulder down, maybe gaze to the right. Inhale, lift the knees up. Exhale, take the knees to the right. Left shoulder stays down. Look to the left. Inhale, knees come up. Exhale, knees to the left. Notice that we're moving with our breath. Inhale, knees rise up. Exhale, both knees to the right. Keep both shoulders down. Inhale, bring the knees up. Take one more on each side. Explore the movement following the breath. Even out the sides. Bring the knees to center. And then set the feet down to the mat. Arms can come down by the sides of the body. Just notice your breath. Give yourself permission to settle in. Know that the only place that we're going to go from here is Shavasana, our relaxation pose. And start to think about how you might want to set yourself up for this pose of relaxation. Know that we're going to be here for several minutes. The blocks will serve you if your low back needs support. The blocks can be positioned underneath the knees. Now, you don't have to take this option. The legs can be flat down onto the mat. Arms out by the sides. Space at the armpits. And tuck your chin towards your chest. Feel the back of the neck lengthen. And close your eyes. And breathe. Give yourself permission to relax. As you exhale, let your body soften. Let your entire body melt down into the mat. Simply practice presence with yourself. Let your palms rotate facing up as an intention of receiving. If you feel that you need grounding, you can rotate the wrists so that the palms are facing down. As you try both of those options, you'll know the one that feels right to you. This is it. This is why we do the movement, so that we can get to this place of stillness, this place of peace, this place where we can observe ourselves, With each exhale, letting any thoughts go that aren't serving us. Simply enjoying this present moment. Continue to relax. Continue to melt down into your mat. As you breathe and be, know that it is important to view cleansing from a holistic perspective, to give ourselves the rest that we need for body, mind, and spirit. It's best to start with the densest level of the body, and then cleansing the mind and emotions. Take a deep inhale to the top of the breath. Exhale, open your mouth, let it go. Relax with the breath. As you relax here, I'd like to share something with you. For those of you that don't know, I'm half Spanish, and there is a saying in Spanish, Todo nos pasa y todo se pasa. And that means everything happens to us, and then everything passes. These things that have happened to us, let them pass. Let them go. Exhale them out. Twist them out. Detoxify through your breath, through your movement. Give yourself permission to let these things go when you're in stillness. If something isn't serving you anymore, it's time to let it go. Detoxifying it from your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Invite the movement back into your body. Notice how it feels to move. Decide if you want to stay in this reclined position or if you want to rotate to a comfortable seat. Take your time to get to wherever your body wants to end this practice for today. When you're ready, bring your palms together, thumbs to your heart center. As you inhale, feel your chest pressing to your thumbs. As you exhale, feel the torso soften. As we join together in our closing today, tuck your chin towards your chest. Your fingertips. Honor yourself. Feel gratitude for this time, energy, and effort you've offered to serve yourself, to detoxify, and to move on. Thank you so much for joining me for your practice today. The light in me sees, honors, and recognizes the light within each and every one of you. Namaste. If you really enjoyed this practice today, please subscribe to my YouTube channel where you can find a lot more options for your practice. Thank you. See you next time.